What's going on, guys? My name is Oracabos. Welcome to another video. Today we're gonna take a look at the Clan War event, and this is gonna be the second game I played during the Clan War between Psycho Charge and ODM, and I am playing as I'm leaving Chaos against my opponent, commanding Tomb King. Let's go over my opponent's army first. So he has a, sorry, that's my opponent. So Tomb King has for the front line 4 units of Tomb Helps, Tomb Guards with halberds. Very good, very good unit. I mean, they are the bread. When it comes to the infantry, these guys are the bread and butter for Tomb King army. They are very disciplined. They have a lot of melee defense. They have a lot of anti-large 19, and they does AP damage. And they have very good leadership as well at 69. It's definitely not shabby. And then for the back line, 4 units of skeleton spears. And for the range department, my opponent brought 3 Ushakti great bows. These guys are also the bread and butter. Probably one of the most iconic units of the Tomb King roster. These guys have very good range, 255, a lot of missile damage, and those missile damage are armor piercing as well. So they're gonna dish out a lot of pain if you just leave them unchallenged. And then we have these Necropolis Knights with Helps. These are also the powerful Tomb King cavalry you can get. Now these guys are anti-large. They are also doing the poison attack, which makes them really capable of taking down large units. And the leadership is none other than Sutra the Imperishable. Look at that big kitty. It's so glorious, and the Sutra is leading on top of that big kitty. And it's anti-infantry, and also got a lot of armor, a ton of health, and a decent amount of melee defense because of and a very good weapon strength at 490, including 345 armor piercing damage component. So very good. And Cetra is having the incarnation of desiccation, which is the debuff one. And also incarnation of protection, the plus 44 physical resistance. Incarnation of Curse Blade. These 2 spells are the most iconic spells from the lore of what's this lore again? The Nekahara. And also Unyielding Will. This is the most powerful ability in this game, I suppose. Plus 5 melee attack and plus 5 melee defense. Really boosting it. Like, look at the radius. It covers pretty much 3 units width, which is huge. And then just the Restless Dead, which is mandatory, and then also the Curse. And now, let's jump into Chaos Army. I have an Infantry 9 straight into the sunset with Chaos Marauders, 2 of them, and also 2 of them on each side. And then in the center I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I believe 5 Chaos Warriors, just standard ones. Actually, just 4. This unit is also Chaos Marauders. So 5 Chaos Marauders, 4 Chaos Warriors, and I just deployed really wide. And behind them, I have 3 Chosen with Helps. Very sturdy, very elite infantry. And then leadership in command, I have a Chaos Sorcerer of Death on a Manticore with Arcane Conduit, Spirit Leech, and that's it. And then I have 3 Marauder Horsemen with Throwing Axes. They're gonna dish out a lot of damage onto the big and single entity unit, which my opponent actually only brought 1, which is Cetra, on a kitty. And yeah, let's see how this battle is gonna play out. So right from the get-go, I know that I pretty much just gonna be the aggressor, just push the pace. So the goal I have in this battle is just to engage immediately, because I know that any Tomb King army fighting Chaos is gonna have these great bows or maybe skeleton archers, and I just need to close the gap immediately. And then I believe my opponent is gonna get a free charge. Oh, there you go. He actually didn't get it. Alright, anyways. And now those great bows are targeting my chosen with helps, which is the most elite stuff I brought into this battle, which is very good pick by my opponent. And those Tomb Guard with halberds, they're not gonna stack well against Chaos Warriors, but they definitely, with melee defense of 52, they're gonna hold their 9, especially with the support of Big Kitty, like the Big Daddy Cetra. Currently got a Spirit Lich in the face, but he's just gonna rout all these frontline units of the Chaos Warriors. There's pretty much no stopping him. And then there's a big debuff casted onto those Chaos Warriors. There you go, incarnation of desiccation, basically lower the melee stats to pretty much non-existence. And now they're gonna have a lot of trouble fighting those Tomb Guards and those Necropolis Knights. And now I'm gonna slow things a little bit. So my entire strategy here is to utilize my Lord on the Manticore, which is currently very low. I need to keep him in distance because of great bows. To Spirit Lich those to Spirit Lich Cetra the Imperishable down, and also maybe cast onto those Necro Knights. But at the same time, I really just need to occupy all these great bows as soon as possible, which I can because I have extra infantry can just wrap around. And right now those Marauders actually made their way at the back, and those Chosen Helps actually currently engaged here with Cetra the Imperishable, which is not bad, but they actually need to be pushed in onto those Ushapti Great Bows, because currently Ushapti Great Bows are doing a lot of hurt to my units. Like they effectively kept my Lord at the bay, and also they actually effectively took out one of my Marauder horsemen with throwing axes already. And the front line, I'm not really doing so hot as well. As you can see, one of the Chaos Warriors actually got routed already, and the other one is it's not gonna be long from routing as well, because the Big Kitty really does a lot of damage to infantry, and there's no way I can basically save them. But the back lines currently, I'm just trying my best to actually wrap around and trying to push into the great bows, and just put back to the normal speed and see exactly how this is gonna play out. Right now, I actually just squeeze those Chosen Helps through, trying to occupy those great bows. I think these units actually successfully managed to penetrate and got onto one unit of Shakti great bows, which is nice. And Lord is actually coming in, trying to get another cast of Spirit Lich, but unfortunately he got a few shots at the face, and now it's dipping below half health. And 2 units of Chosen actually managed to squeeze in, which is pretty nice for me. Like, this is the best situation you can get. And those Chaos Warriors are actually coming back. They actually want more blood. And Necro Knights are currently butchering those Chaos Warriors. But on the right flank is looking really hard for Chaos. And also those Chosen actually managed to get onto one other Ushapti Great Bows, which is really nice. And right now on the battlefield, there are only 2 Ushapti Great Bows left, and those 3 Chosens just gonna do a lot of work in the center pocket here. Once those Chosen actually close the gap and I got onto those Great Bows, I can probably just safely push in my Marauder Horseman throwing axes and my Lord to just basically deal with Cetra. And there you go, another Ushapti Great Bows actually got completely wiped out by the Chosens. And let's take a closer look. Those Trojans are just so good. Oh my gosh, that big kitty just come back in and close some Chaos Warriors, set them fly, and also a summoned Ushakti unit actually got casted here as well. There you go, and they managed to charge at the back of those Marauders and chosen great weapons, chosen helps. But these are Trojans. They are not like just weak stuff. They are actually pretty good at fighting Ushapti Greyballs and Ushaptis. And even those Necronites, they're not gonna do that hard against Trojans, especially chosen halberds. And I'm gonna slow down things a little bit and just look at the battle as a whole to see what exactly went on. So basically, all the Great Balls are currently all flying, which is a little bit bad for Tomb King, and also those Chaffs and Tomb Guards are all pretty much got taken care of by Chaos Infantry. And now I still have two almost dead Throwing Axes left, and those Necronites are actually having a world of trouble right now dealing with Chaos Warriors and Throwing Axes. And in the center pocket here, Cetra the Imperishable is actually just butchering those Chaos Marauders. And here, Chaos Marauders actually got engaged those very, very damaged Tomb Guard unit. And in the center pocket, the Tomb Guard is actually valiantly holding 2 units of Chosens and 1 unit of Chaos Warriors with the support of Shapti summoned, and they are actually still holding firmly, which is nice, and all the rest is all Chaos, I believe. And put back into the normal speed, and let's get some great cinematics. There you go, Big Kitty comes back in, closing those Chaos helps, set them fly, and then charging at other Marauders. And those Tomb Guards are actually gonna be really in a bad situation here fighting Chosen. And Cetra is just ping-ponging between the engagements, which is pretty nice. And Cetra still had a lot of hit points left, which is awesome. But all the rest of the Tomb King army actually just basically diminished. Only 2 Tomb Guards with helps are still fighting, but they are just fighting at greater odds here. Like so many infantry still survived until the end for Chaos, and basically Cetra, the Big Daddy, is just gonna get overwhelmed by the Chaos Infantry. Just the sheer amount of Chaos Infantry brought to the battlefield. It's just a little bit too much for Cetra. But as you can see, Cetra is still doing so hard, like just ping-ponging between the ranks of Chaos Marauders, Chaos Warriors, Chosens, and just tossing absolutely everything to the ground. And I believe, yes, already have 80 kills, and gonna get more as the battle went on as well. And yeah, Cetra is just doing a lot of job here. 86 killed, another Spiritish casted onto Cetra. And right now on the battlefield, it's only Cetra and a very diminished Tomb Guard left. And eventually, it's just gonna be Cetra himself, fighting the horde of Chaos Legion, I should say. And right now the curse actually got activated. It's just damaging all these Chaos Infantry. And then actually charges Marauder Horsemen with Throwing Axes in melee into Cetra because they are out of ammo. Just look at the sheer number of Chaos Infantry. Those Chosen don't really give a damn about that Big Kitty, and that's it. That's the end of the game. So Cetra actually got overwhelmed in the end, but look at the kills. Cetra actually got 148 kills in that battle. It's just absurd. And also Necronites did pretty well as well. So OTO, I think this was a very very intense battle. I really enjoyed playing it, and my opponent, pugnobon, actually picked a very good army. Those 3 grey balls are actually proven to be a big pain to deal with as well. And like before I actually got engaged, just basically occupy those grey balls, I already suffered a lot. Like Trojans got peppered down. One of my Marauder horsemen actually got routed just by those arrows, and also my lord was constantly being forced to stay at the distance, because every time my lord basically just come in, and he's just gonna take some grey ball arrows in the face and forced to retreat. And that's it. That's the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and if you like my contents, please consider to subscribe to my channel. And I opened up a new Discord channel as well. Feel free to join the Discord, and I will share the link down below in the description box. And for now, Archibald signing off.